Okay, so online, I've talked about my blunt umbrella before. It's really awesome. My wife has a yellow one. Hers is a little bit smaller. It's not collapsible, but oops, it's not collapsible. Look, I just had to switch this out, and now I just dropped it in my dirty truck. It's not dirty, but now it's got dust on it. I don't even know. It can't be good for it. But yeah, I use mine fairly regularly, and right now it's like allowing me to have my window open in the rain. What I hope Santa brings me, and he's not going to because I didn't buy it for myself, and this truck is fairly old, and who knows how much longer I'm going to have it. I'm not going to waste money accessorizing it now. But yeah, those little drip guard, rain guard things that you can have the window down a few inches. Those things are so awesome. I should have bought a set of those when this truck was new, but instead I got my blunt umbrella jammed into the door, or the armrest, I should say. And there you go. Look, it's working awesome now. Blunt umbrella, expensive but totally worth it. It's fantastic in high winds. It's really unbelievable. You know, it's a pretty sweet umbrella. If you subscribe to their newsletter, or if you order something from them, you like once in a while they'll send you like some promotional 20% off, blah blah blah. Yeah, they always send me those. Not always. I'm saying like they're not obnoxious about it. I get them like once or twice a year. But they came out with some kind of camo umbrella too. Like I almost bought another umbrella. Like I need another umbrella. I mean, that's what a waste of money. Not for the umbrella if you only don't have one and you need one. Money well spent on a blunt umbrella. I'm saying for me to buy yet another umbrella, you know, because like my wife has one, I have one. That's plenty, right? But the camo one is so cool looking. I mean, if you're like into camo, whew, it's a must-have. But anyway, so yeah, Santa's probably not bringing me a little drip guard, open window rain guards. I don't know what they're called. But yeah, those are pretty sweet. Next time I buy a vehicle, I'm going to get a set of those right away. Right away. I would totally get my money's worth because I come from a long line of people who buy a vehicle and drive it until it's time to turn it into a chicken coop. So yeah, this truck is pretty old. Good truck. You're a good girl, aren't you? Good girl. It helps, that I have a company-owned work vehicle, so I don't have to drive it that often, So that helps with the longevity. But even still, I would get my money's worth out of it. Year-wise, I'd have the truck for years, decades even. This truck is over a decade old. So, we call her Little Pink. You guys want to hear the story about Little Pink? I know this was talking about the umbrella. You want to hear the story of Little Pink? Let me stabilize this stupid thing. That way we can talk about Little Pink. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Man down, man down. Oh my god. The Christmas cookies might be making my face a little fat. Yeah, so this is a Toyota Tacoma, and I had saved up enough money to pay cash for it. It's basically a stripped down go-kart. Like, this thing doesn't even have intermittent wipers, because to get the intermittent wipers, you'd have to get the SRE or SR5 package. I forget what they call it. So it's just like, at the time, before I had the job that I have now, I needed my own vehicle. Just for commuting, really. Like, I never had to carry, like, big tools or any of that nonsense. And of all the colors that they offered the year that I bought this, first off, it has a tan interior. Okay, I like tan and coyote and stuff like that. Hang on a second. Okay, I had to pause there because I mentioned this in an earlier video. I had a hat on all day, so yeah, my hair's a little messy. Yeah, so it has a tan interior, which I really hate. Like, I wanted a gray interior, and the only two outside colors I didn't want were white or the maroon. Okay, and so the truck I drive is a maroon one with the tan interior. Okay, I completely got hosed. Okay. I went to a local Toyota dealer, and they had the truck I want. I wanted like the champagne color or like a dark gray. And so they offered the out the door price was like $14,500 or something, I forget. And I'm like, I don't know, whatever, blah, blah. So I went home. This was like on a Friday. I called around to a bunch of other Toyota dealers, either talked to somebody or I left a message saying like, hey, this is the offer that I have. Can you guys beat it? And next day I'm at work, and this was on Saturday, and my wife called and she said, hey, the one Toyota dealer called back. They said they could get you the truck for $12,900 out the door. Okay, which is like a pretty substantial savings, And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, what color is it? She goes, oh, it's red. Okay, now at the time I had a red Wrangler Jeep, so which I really liked in the Wrangler. I kind of like a red Wrangler. The one we have now is silver, but so I'm like, all right, red, and a little pickup truck. It wasn't my first choice, but I could live with it, and I knew the red, by looking at the catalog, had the gray interior. So I'm like, fine, $12,900 out the door. She's like, but you got to hurry up and get home because they close at 5. They got to do the deal. It was like the end of the month or some nonsense like that. And so I'm like, yeah, no problem. Blah blah blah. So I zip right home. I was working like in Sayreville. Okay, it's like where Bon Jovi was born. I was building a big compressor station there. For natural gas. And I live like in the extreme northwest corner of the state, so I had to like hurry up and get home. And we normally work 6/10s, but on Saturdays we only work 8 hours normally. And that, so we would leave at 3:30. So I left like a little bit early. Anyway, so I don't think I made it all the way home. I think I met her at the Toyota dealer, which is like in Morristown. Okay, it's like an hour from my house, probably. And so we get there, and we go out and look at the truck, and it's not red with a gray interior. It's maroon. And I see my wife. My wife says that she thought it was red. Okay, but I think she's just trying to save money, because while I might have some genetic cheapness built into my DNA, being from the flatlands of Northern Europe. She's even more frugal. I mean, my wife, cheap. She loves to pinch a penny. So, all right, now what am I going to do? I'm boxed into a corner. So I have this maroon truck with the tan interior, which again, I hate I hate everything about the truck. I love the truck, but I hate all the cosmetic stuff about the truck. And I call the truck Little Pink. It's a derogatory comment, and just to remind my wife that for the last, probably it'll be almost 14 years, I drive around in Little Pink, and I hate it. I gotta suffer. And I like tan gear. Like if this, like the color of the interior, if it was on a bag or a shirt, pants, whatever, it's fine, And maroon on certain cars looks fine, On this little thing, I hate it. So yeah, Little Pink. That's the story of Little Pink and how she came into my life. And my older son, or our older son, because obviously I didn't create him by myself. He was pretty little then, and he was the first passenger in here, man. Him and we drove this thing home. It was raining that day too, just like it's raining now. It was like pouring rain. Yeah, paid $12,900 good old-fashioned American cash. What the main benefit of being a union carpenter foreman and having a confiscatory wage and working 610s is that I can save a lot of cash in even a relatively short amount of time. It's like my wife's Jeep. I paid cash for that too. So yeah, and none of that would be possible without my wife's frugalness, because she runs the house on very little money, and we live in a fairly small house, fixer-upper, and you know, my umbrella little mini review turned into a truck story, which is turning into how you should be responsible with your money. Nobody wants to hear that from me, do they? Anyway, it's raining pretty hard now. But yeah, Little Pink, she's been a great truck. Great truck. A little over 165,000 miles. Never changed the oil. Actually, I change the oil every 10,000 miles with synthetic oil. At the time, I owned a 3 Series BMW, and I want to say the oil changes were like every 18,000 miles or something on synthetic oil. So I was putting synthetic in this. I don't even know if it's recommended. You're supposed to. Don't do what I do. But yeah, it's been fantastic. It's a good little Pink. But I swear to God, my next truck is going to have a gray interior. There's no way I'm spending. It was like the next truck I buy for myself. It'll probably be the last truck I ever buy. You know, because I'm not getting any younger. And I'm not going to my grave in a tan interior pickup truck. No way. And I'm not telling you guys this. I should look at the camera. I'm telling my wife this because she watches these videos once in a while. I don't care what kind of good deal it is. I'm not driving in a tan interior truck. I mean, it's emasculating. It's not that bad, really. It hides the dust well. When I had the little break, the kid that came out, he practices with my son. Like the mother is the teacher, but they're doing a duet, so they spend a little bit of time together. So like, if he came out, how come my kid's not coming out? We're like, what the hell is that? What's going on? I'm sitting here. Now I'm starting to spit on myself. I gotta go.